What is up, guys? Delboy here. So Daniel Dubois' next opponent has been announced. On June the 23rd, he is going to be fighting Tom Little. Daniel Dubois so far is 7-0 with 7 knockouts. He's only 20 years old. So far his level of competition has been quite frankly awful. Some of the guys he's fought so far have not even been actual heavyweights. They've been small, cruiserweights, even guys coming up from light heavyweight, The level of competition so far hasn't been great, and he's not really fought anybody who can bang. And from what I see online, the worry is that even though that's the case, even though he's fighting guys who are basically cannon fodder, he is still getting caught, and defensively there are definitely vulnerabilities there. He's very stiff, he's very stationary, and his guard looks very easy to penetrate. And I question how much he's improved from his first pro fight. He's been a pro a year now, and have you seen glaringly obvious improvements? I'm not so sure. He's a little bit more settled down now. He's had a few fights, obviously, but I don't really see any improvements, I've got to be honest. And I know that it's very early. I know he's only 20 years old. He has a lot of time on his side. Don't get me wrong. And I'm not writing the guy off, but all I'm saying is I just don't really feel he's made many improvements so far. But I do feel Tom Little is a step in the right direction. Tom Little is a good Southern area / English title level fighter. I believe this fight is actually going to be for the English title, which is a good look for Daniel Dubois. Tom Little is capable. He's fairly durable. He does come to fight. He can fight on the back foot. He can jab. He can counterpunch. He can find the odd shot here and there. He can be a bit tricky. He's been in sparring with the Furies before, and he does have that vibe about him. You can go back and watch the Filip Hrgović fight. Hrgović got him out of there and stopped him, but Tom Little had some success. He was making Hrgović miss at times, and he actually caught Hrgović with a few decent shots here and there. Tom Little is by far the best fighter Daniel Dubois has ever fought so far, and he will go in the ring with ambition, unlike pretty much the whole of Dubois' resume so far. So it's going to be interesting to see how he deals with that. Tom Little is limited. He is like a Southern area / English title level fighter. If Dubois is going to go anywhere, he is going to beat this guy. But I feel that these are the type of learning fights Dubois needs. These are the type of fights where Dubois might be asked a few questions. Maybe Tom Little is a bit negative in this fight. He could do that and fight on the back foot and make Dubois really try and take the lead and hunt him down. Or maybe he might actually be a bit aggressive and try and trade with Daniel Dubois, because Dubois in the exchanges looks a little bit open. So if he could do that and actually catch Dubois with some shots, it will be interesting to see how Dubois responds to that. Tom Little isn't a big puncher, but he's quite accurate. He has got fairly quick hands. So it'll be interesting to see how Dubois deals with these situations. And I feel that Tom Little is the first guy Dubois has fought so far who can actually ask a few questions. So far, the guys who he's fought so far have been complete fodder, but I do feel Tom Little is a good, capable journeyman. And he will give prospects a few rounds, and he will give prospects a few things to think about. So I think this is good matchmaking. It's the type of fight Daniel Dubois needs at this stage of his career, as far as I'm concerned. But what do you guys think of this fight? Do you think it's a step up for Dubois? And how do you see it going? And also, I want to ask you guys how you rate Daniel Dubois. From what I see online, this is the impression I get. You see the odd casual here and there on Twitter and on social media say, Dubois is the next coming, he's going to be the next heavyweight champion. They're really drinking the Kool-Aid. But I feel that the hardcore fans are a lot less convinced about this guy. I've not seen many hardcore, boxing channels or boxing fans say that this guy is going to be the next big thing. I've not seen many people say that amongst the hardcore community. And I find that interesting. And I've got to confess, again, I can't stress this enough. Daniel Dubois has a lot of time on his side. But right now, if you were to ask me, do I think this guy's going to become a heavyweight champion? I've got to say, I'd probably say no. And I know that's really premature to say that. But I don't see a special fighter there. I don't see a grade A prospect. And I know they are rare in the heavyweight division, but when Anthony Joshua turned pro, I was pretty confident that guy was going to go forward to at least challenge for world titles. I can't say the same about Daniel Dubois, but time will tell. One thing about Dubois I do like is that he's got a mature head on his shoulders, and I feel he does take the sport very, very seriously. And not only that, he does do some things well technically. He's got a really nice jab. The jab is really, really good. It's a stinging jab, it's got power behind it, it's a really effective punch. But he needs to develop it. He needs to be varying that jab a little bit more, jabbing from body to head, varying the speed of the jab, varying the force of the jab, even different types of jabs, up jabs, pour-in jabs, he needs to vary it a lot more. What he does with the jab so far is really good, but it just needs to be a bit more varied. And he does actually put his shots together relatively well when he gets a man hurt. He delivers his shots technically well. He does leave himself open. But he has got a good killer instinct and he's got some power there. So I'm not saying Daniel Dubois is rubbish at all. He's got potential. But I see a lot of flaws he needs to iron out. And I'm just not convinced right now. But I do feel Tom Little is a really, really good learning fight for him. These are the type of fights he needs right now. Guys who can take him a few rounds, who can give him a few different looks, who can teach him a few different things in there. Tom Little is no world beater by any means. He's not even British level, but he does have a trick up his sleeve. And these are the guys Daniel Dubois should be fighting. The guys so far he's fought to me have not really taught him anything, because I don't think he's improved that much, if at all, since he's turned pro. But that's just my 2 cents, and I'm not writing the guy off. I'm just saying how I kind of see him as a prospect right now. But yeah, what do you guys think? Peace.